The moment we believe that success is determined by an ingrained level of ability as opposed to resilience and hard work, we will become brittle in the face of adversity. Joshua Waitzkin. My friends, nothing beats doing the work. We've got to do the work. We've got to be resilient. We have to welcome the times that things don't work out. Those are the times you learn the most. Now, let's jump into these charts. See what's going on. Everything up for the day, a booming. Stocks big time. Bonds and gold up. Even Bitcoin up a little bit. Let's jump into these charts. We can see on the S&P 500, Standard & Poor 500, those big 500 companies with international feelers out all over the world, big multinational corporations. What do we see going on? Well, they booted up 2.29% overall on Friday. We've seen this sideways slippage, and it started moving up. We haven't gotten a reset on the STC after we had this turn down in the middle area here. And of course, if it had boomed up, didn't push through the 200 EMA, so we would not be jumping in there, but we are seeing it move up. Let's see how things get ready to set up for us the next week. Still red on the 2-day STC below the 200 EMA, so we're not set there yet. And on the weekly, we're above the 200 EMA, as you can see. Lots of indecision, so the market's trying to figure out which way to go in this new year. Let's wait, watch, and see how that works out. It is yet to be determined. If you listen to most people, they would say the market's going to be hammering down, but who knows what the market's going to do? The market's going to do what the market's going to do. When COVID first hit, we were all expecting a huge crash. It did go down for a few weeks, and then what? It went up and soared for months on end. So, again, that's why we follow the charts. That's why we don't sit here and prognosticate and tell you what's going to happen. We follow price movement, and we go in the direction it goes, because all we're trying to do here is assess what's happening now, see what happened in the past, and forecast as best we can what's happening in the future and follow price movement. That's all that matters. Price is the real thing. Everything else is conjecture, bunk, lies, whatever it might be. Let's look at where we are on the NASDAQ 100. Some indecision in the morning, popping up in the afternoon, up 2.76%. It's our biggest gainer for the day. These are the tech stocks in the NASDAQ 100. We see going from red to green. Again, didn't have a reset there below the 200 EMA, so we're not jumping into an up move at this point. We look at where we are on the 2-day, and of course, we've got a red spinning top, almost a doji, lots of indecision. Red on the STC, well below the 200 EMA on the weekly. It too is below the 200 EMA, red down candle. Didn't quite hit the lows of last week. Green on the STC. Again, we see some indecision here. I want to see how things sort out as we move into the new week. Let's go to 20-year government bonds. Where are they? Well, they've been going up this entire week, starting on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They're pounding on the door of the 200 EMA. Will they go through it this next week or bounce off of it and head down? We don't know. We're waiting, watching, and seeing. The STC's green. We're just right there on the EMA, the exponential moving average. We're well below it on the 2-day chart. We have 4 days of up movement there, and two 2-day candles, and we can see that we're still red on the STC. Like I said, below the 200 EMA. On the weekly, we're also well below its 200 EMA. We do have a green spinning top for the week after 2 prior weeks of down movement, particularly the prior week, that is the week starting the 27th of December, way down. Trying to rebound up a little bit, green on the STC. So we will continue to wait, watch, and see what happens with 20-year U.S. government bonds. Maybe they're going to be recovering. They recovered for a few weeks and then bounced down for 2 weeks. Now we got some indecision. as they decide where they're going at this time. So again, new year, new things might be happening. Things haven't sorted themselves out yet. That's okay. We'll stand by to go in the right direction with them. Gold, however, up for the day 1.87%. Been going up since we saw gold blow through the 200 EMA on this weekly chart. Went from red to green on the STC. That is beautiful. Just showed you that before getting into where we are on the half-day chart. Half day after we had that little successful short time trade some of you took, I know, things blew off and popped down, then started moving up again. And we didn't have a reset on the STC, but things continuing to move up, actually moved up a little higher. Already took that profit of 1.63% in what, 2.5 days. So we see things moving up further in gold above the 200 EMA on that half-day chart. On the 2-day chart, again, continuing to move up. This latest candle reaching a higher high, not as big a candle. Also, you notice there's a wick on the bottom, so there was some downward pressure. We didn't see that on the 2 prior candles. Always pay attention to that. On the Heiken Ashi candlesticks, again, it shows you that the bears had something to do with the price there. We're above the 200 EMA, green on the STC, have been for a while, getting long in the tooth there. What's going on the weekly? Nice big weekly up candle for the week. STC's at the top. We're above the 200 EMA, so we'll keep an eye on gold. And how far up will she go? She's got a ways to go to hit these prior highs. Back in March of last year, hit a high of $193.30. So again, got a ways to go. Will it get that high? That'll be nice. Higher is better. Okay, folks, we're going to leave gold. We're going to lastly go to Bitcoin. Where is Bitcoin? Well, it's been down, it's been down, it's been up, and it's been all around. Right now, we just sort of see it. It's been sliding sideways for a few weeks, popped up a little bit here recently, not up toward the most recent highs back in mid-December, just sort of struggling along. We look at where the 2-day is, and of course, we can see that real hammer down that happened back in November. And then things popped back up some in December and then back down toward the end of December. And over these last 2-day candles, trying to move up a little bit, not a whole lot. We look at where we are on Bitcoin, and this is the Bitcoin Future ETF. We look at where things are here, and of course we can see that we're in the doldrums. We're really down at the bottom. As far as the weekly chart goes, sliding sideways. We're not at the lows, down in the $15.20 range or so. We're up in the $17.21 range, but again, we were hoping we were going to bottom out around that $18.20, make a nice, good, solid floor here, and then of course the bottom dropped out over those 3 weeks. So waiting for capitulation, waiting for everybody to give up on Bitcoin, and at some point to start trending up. That's not happening yet. So we'll keep the powder dry. We'll continue to watch. Just keep an eye on it. And when it starts to percolate, we'll be here with you and ready to go. My friends, that's where we are as we end the week, go into this second week in the new year. Thank you for being with us. Commit yourself to practice trading, to learning with us each and every day. All it takes is time. You get the experience in, you learn the ropes, you do your practice trading, and you will learn this. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.